What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today, I am down at Keystone RV in one of their warehouses where they got a whole bunch of units set up for us to tour. But this is a pretty darn unique front kitchen. I have not seen a front kitchen model like this before. Typically, they're all going to be pretty much the same. You know, obviously, there's only so many places you can put a front kitchen, and that's going to be in the front, but a unique setup in the front. You have a really unique bathroom, but then also you get a ton of storage. Now, this is the 2026 Keystone Alpine 3820FK. And do me a favor, drop some comments and let me know what you think about this. I believe this is an all new, never seen before floor plan because, well, the only reason I say that is because I've never seen it, and I've seen pretty much every RV under the sun, it feels like. But it's also got 4 slides, so you can see the new exterior with the new logo. I think it looks pretty darn sharp. The reason I came over here is I want to check the specs. And then if you want to see like the full list of specs, you can find that down in the description, along with a link for Funtown RV. So unloaded vehicle weight rating, 14,310 pounds, and it can hold just over 3,600 pounds worth of stuff. So it's a beefy body boy, but it is not so beefed up that it's unreachable by a lot of your trucks. You don't need a dually or something of that nature to get this thing towing. You're also going to get the molded fiberglass front cap that I think looks really sharp as well. And again, you know, the new logo is looking pretty sharp, and Keystone's pretty high on that new logo. Now, one thing, like I said, different style front kitchen, different style bathroom, but they also have a ton of storage as well. And I'm going to jump on the inside, and then for those that are interested, I'm going to come back around. But you got these two kind of open-ended areas. In the back features a ton of storage. But let's get this thing going on. If you guys don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to make a push to 100,000 subscribers. Not sure exactly when I will hit it. But lately things have been really cooking. So if you guys enjoy this content, if you're shopping for an RV, you know, or if you just enjoy helping people out, I guess, drop a subscription for me. I'd appreciate it. Or at least a hello. Solid surface countertops all throughout. Babe, if you're watching, I love you. But this is what I'm talking about, where things start to get a little bit different. I've never seen a front kitchen where the refrigerator and the oven are positioned quite like this. I've seen the refrigerator over here. By the way, this is a big old 20 cubic foot Furrion, so it'll run off the solar with the, you know, the battery, your truck when you're driving down the road. Excuse me. You also get the oven right next to it, which is pretty darn interesting. I think I really like it, but I'll have to see, you know, process it after a while. But man, I like the fact that it's right next to your sink. I just think it's pretty darn slick. It's also the old, it's got to be French, you know, the French oven, the le chaud. It just has to be. I don't know if that's true or not, but you can trust me, I'm in sales. 4-top burner to whip up all the fixing. You just saw enough room to cook up a turkey. You got the Furrion microwave, which is going to have every mode that you need, like potato mode. And then I love the fact that you do get a front cap with the sink right there. So, I mean, imagine you're down at like a lakeside view or even some woods, or you got grandkids running around, something like that. It's pretty cool to see them while they can't see you. Maybe you're making some funny faces. You got the dual split stainless steel bowl, and you got the 3 split series for the cutting rack to give you more countertop space. But you're also going to see you got the high-rise faucet, baby, whoosh, 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 hitting those dishes from all angles. You also get a little bit of extra storage here to the right. And like Alpine has been doing, they got the more industrial feeling, you know, handle grips too, and it's got the magnetic poles right there as well. They're also going to be soft close. 3 pull-out drawers to house all of your junk, and then underneath the sink, it's really clean cut, and even though it's raised, it still has the linoleum there too, which I think is a nice little added touch. And you got a separate door. Be a good place for maybe like, heck, I don't know, maybe like a garbage can or something like that. Now, if you're worried about any fumes or stink from when you're cooking, you got the old Steam Sucker 3000 right there, so you can suck out the steam or stink from whatever you're doing. A mini slide over here that I think brings more value than just the storage aspect, which I think that is tremendous. But what it really does is it opens up this camper so you don't have to have your refrigerator, you know, pushing out, or you can put the fridge over here, because now you don't need as much kind of moving and grooving room, because this allows you to have it. Pull, push, and plop. You can get out in a hurry with that emergency exit. And then you got the half Dracula, or I'm sorry, the full Dracula. Wait, can you even see through that? I think they got the double Drax. So I think that might have been a mistake. I think they were supposed to put Can you see through them? I guess you can. So it's a half Dracula and the full Dracula. I'm in a warehouse right now, so maybe that's why. But let's see here. Let me check this one, because that's going to bug me. Yeah, see, that one seems a little thinner, doesn't it? So I think they doubled up there. The cloth maker here out in Amish Town was feeling pretty happy that day. But you got the half Dracula and the full Dracula. Stop the old skin from sizzling. You know, keep some nosy eyes out. You also have another outlet right there, GFCI, so it's going to be an inverted outlet as well. You got a nice little junk drawer right here, so put all the stuff you never want to see again. And then I take it back. You don't need a place to put the garbage can right here because you got the two pull-out cans right here. So that's pretty nifty. Now also, no dinette in this model, so it's a little bit interesting. Sometimes people opt to not have a couch there and put a dinette. They put this little kind of overlook perch. But the thing that I appreciate is when you are, shopping for RVs, oftentimes something like this is going to be about half the size. So it's going to be enough to put like a laptop to get some work done, which you can clearly do. It's also got this to help things from like not rolling off, which I think is pretty nice. I also like that. It'd be good for like a little office setup. But, have some coffee, enjoy some of the nightlife. Maybe you do have the grandkids over and they're sitting on, one of the two pull-out couches. Man, just tons of floor space for you because those dual opposing slides. They're also, for slide height-wise, two, by the way, 3 ACs in this model. I'm not sure if it comes standard, but you'll want to make sure you talk to your salesperson. But I love the fact there is 3 ACs. Central road vac system as well. But the living room gives you a ton of rainy day space. And the backlight for the TV just looks like it would be nice to come out, for like a little midnight snack without waking everybody up. In a flame fireplace, so it puts out about 4,800 BTUs of heat. So in an RV this size, it'll heat the entirety of this room heading back up into the kitchen. You also get some airflow and then JBL speakers up on the ceiling with the controls for that being right there. So like I said, on both of the slides, these are going to be pull-out sofas. So they're going to be identical in that regard. And they each come with a little bit of overhead storage as well. The nice thing about the slides being what they are, they're flush mount slide. They're about 6'10", something like that. But you still get the storage with really nice windows. I even like the little side window right there. And give me 1 second here. I'm getting some text, so I wanted to put it on a airplane mode. Okay, we got the shades. I actually like how this is boxed in too. That's cool. So people can't be, clanging and banging, ripping them out. Ooh, look at that. You're sitting here, snuggling up with honey buns. That is going to be on a swivel too. But you got the dimmer. That's pretty cool that it's for the slide individually. So I like that. And then your recliners are going to be the fancy kind that have accent lighting, heat, massage, and then you also have the pull right there as well. So they're going to be manual and powered at the same time. You also have your charging station right there, so you don't have to plug in anything for a cell phone, which just comes in handy. And then obviously, the view of your TV is going to be directly across. Now right here, you have kind of like a little touch screen for your 3 different zones. So zone 1, 2, and 3. So that'll be, kitchen, living room, bedroom as it goes back. And then you have the manual controls, the more tried and true system for, things like your slide outs, your 2 awnings, all your different lights. Let's go ahead and get all those on as well. And then your heated holding tanks there too. So that's going to be a 12-volt pad that sticks on each one of your tanks. So when it's, starting to get a little cold, flip those bad boys on. You don't have to worry about things freezing, at least not until it gets real cold. But I'll tell you, these Alpines are actually better insulated than most RVs. You're also going to see it's 4G LTE prep. So you can get a gateway system, install that, and then you can call up like AT&T or Verizon and get some Wi-Fi on the road. There are going to be floor vents in the floor. However, you can see they're pretty well hidden with those extra little grates, so that should do a good job at keeping a little bit of dirt on. I know everyone's not the favorites, but it is what allows you to have the most effective form of heat without going with like one of those fancy like, Tiffin style aqua heaters that cost 40 grand that uses water. Stuff that like, I had this chick, she was a rich person that we knew, and her whole driveway had aqua heat underneath it. It's like, oh, goodness gracious. Put your pinkies down, baby. All right, so right here, king bed. It looks like a real king, too, because it looks like a beefy one. And then you got kingly storage under there. Plus, I like the fact that you have the 2 different reading lights. So, I mean, my wife's reading. I'm playing some like Clash Royale or something like that, and we're good to go. Speaking of reading, I just finished book number 3 of Dungeon Crawler Carl. Absolutely hilarious. There's 7 of them. But then after that, I got, I'm doing 9 hours of driving today. So 4.5 this morning, recording 5 RVs, then driving 4.5 home. So that way I can get some work done, but also make it for our kids' game. First varsity football game. Can't wait to give you updates on that. But I'm going to be pounding that book. So I'm going to be going through pretty quick because next week I'm driving up twice again. So 18 hours of driving next week to make some videos. But making the dream happen, you know, making the life that we want. But yeah, so basically what I'm asking for is book suggestions. This is what I'm talking about for the bathroom. Pretty darn unique. I did see a Sprinter that had this style. It's kind of motorhomey, but it's also, it's either great for, you know, somebody that likes to have a lot of crazy times in showers, or if you're, you know, super fat, you're good to go. You know, I'm a big round belly fella, and you could fit like 4 of me in here pretty darn tight. You wouldn't want to, but you could. And you got about 6'4", 6'5" right there, and then probably 6'2" or so right there. I'm 6 feet tall. I got the Birkenstocks on. That's about where we're going. Look at that. That's cool. It's got like a shoulder joint in there. Oxygenics. 5 powerful spray settings. Flow control. All right, so that's cool. I also like the fact that it has a seat, so I mean you can sit down. It's also got a tankless on-demand hot water heater. Yeah, control for that's going to be right there. Porcelain foot flush throne, and then you got these little hooks, you know, you can hang a towel on me. And then only the Dracula shades back here. You got a mirror to check out the old bowling gun, baby. And then behind the mirror, you got plenty of storage. You got the dual vanities again, solid surface countertops. I mean, 3 sets of outlets. You even got a little cubby back here as well, with more storage. The only thing it's missing is washer and dryer prep, but it's not, because it's got it right there. Or you can use it as a big old hanging closet, whatever suits your fancy. But all right, guys, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Again, I do daily RV content, so if you guys are watching this, trying to step up the YouTube game, so short form wise, like my 3-minute tours and 60-second tours, you can find those on, you know, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the works. But it's these long ones that need the work. All right, 2026 Alpine 3820FK. So we just saw how it's a little bit different than your typical front kitchen camper on the interior. Now I'm going to show you why it's a little bit different here on the exterior, because you do get some good storage. It's also got a drop frame to allow you to have more storage up here in the front as well. So molded fiberglass front cap with the LED lights. You're also going to get the Rotoflex, or used to be called Rotoflex, but now I guess it's called Road Armor. Maybe they're 2 different things. But is it not? Does this not twist? Kind of looks like it does. I don't want to get caught lying. I don't know. I've never seen that before. But yeah, you got an area where you can put a generator. You also can see your hydraulics right there, inverter prep with your disconnect there for your solar. So that would lead me to think that there's at least a solar panel up there, which is, judging by their other units, similar to the Keystone manufacturer. I would assume that it's going to be a 200-watt solar panel with the ability to link up to 4, but you'll definitely want to check down in the specs or talk to your salesperson about that. LP Quick Connect, a place where you can put 2 batteries. So that's pretty nice to have your propane on the other side and just have your batteries over there. You don't see that every day. And since this is not a pass-through storage, it is nice to have that drop frame, because now you have extra space in here since you are lacking. I'm curious to see what's on the other side. Both on-in controls, and then your slide-out controls will be over on this side as well. You also see you're prepped up for the 3-camera safety system. So 1 over here, 1 on the other side, and 1 on the back. Now what's interesting is that it's on the lower half down below. I have not seen that before on a 5th wheel, so I'm curious to see what the longevity of that is with your experience. You got a little tube right there for the old stinky slinky too, so you don't have to worry about that thing getting anywhere. You got a special spot for that bad boy. You got the dual axle with your Cooper tires. They're going to be 17.5-inch Cooper H-rated tires. They're going to be able to withstand up to 75 miles per hour there for you. Dual awnings over on this side, and they should be a 12-volt battery too. But I mean, what do you guys think about this storage? A little bit unique. That's why the bed is raised, and it allows you to get all this. And it's also got the little Toughflex kind of toy hauler flooring too, which is nice. Shows off that aluminum frame construction. And then it's got that black sheet of whatever it's called, which will help keep some critters out and, you know, all that. Slam latch door. It's also got the little clip right there. So that's pretty nice. Nice and beefy, nice and sturdy. 250-pound weight capacity, so I'm not going to be climbing up that bad boy today, but the ladder does go all the way up and over with your fully walkable roof, so you can check your seals, check your slides, make sure everything is on the up and up. And then I really like this back door area as well, so I think that is pretty darn neat. It looks like you can also access some of your plumbing lines back here too, which is pretty interesting. And it's going to be ducted too, so whatever's back here is kind of heat regulated. 300-pound hitch rating there on the 2-inch receiver as well. You see you got the new Keystone logo. They are pretty darn proud of that. So if one person is seeing this, if you could say something like, wow, that logo is awesome, I'm sure that they would get the rocks off a little bit from that. You have your power cord right here. It's also going to be on a power cord reel, so you don't have to worry about lugging it around. And then these two switch over to the struts instead of the slam latch to avoid this right here. You also got the 6-point hydraulic auto leveling, it looks like, with the, let's see if it's 6 or if it's 4. Yeah, it's 6, and it's got the Lippert lights too, and they're nice wide pads too. Frameless windows, and now we're back over on the other side where you're going to see you have the water heater located right here, and then you have the Suburban with the access plate that you can remove as well. So that'll cut down on some maintenance time and make life easier for the guys fixing it, which in turn, saves you some money in hours. Got yourself a little water filtration system, hot and cold water in the form of an outside shower with all your bypass valves, city water connection, black tank flush, which is basically a sprinkler system for your poop tank. And then you got the high and low drains with the, never heard of that before, Moto drain, but it just looks like some, basically some automatic, you push them and then the drains open up for you. You also got some pretty cool shock system down there as well that I am not prepared to speak about, but I will be. I'll put some of that down in the description there too. But all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Hope to catch you guys next time. Again, my name is Hunter. It's the 2026 Keystone Alpine 3820FK. Have a great day. See ya.